Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Thursday, 9th of June 2022. We're going live. I'm just changing a few settings. So if you see me clicking away, it's just because I'm changing a few settings on my YouTube, to be honest. So don't worry about that. I'm just trying to enable like a chat overlay functionality. I don't know if it's going to work, to be honest. So it might work, it might not work. Been quite busy this morning. Working on a few things, and hopefully you will have seen the video we released earlier, well, last night, to be honest, which was creating a hero banner with one section and one column. And I quite like what I did there. I was playing around and I was experimenting, and I quite liked how I knew it was going to work, but it was nice to get it to look the way I did it as well, with 3 text editors, two headers, divider line, logo, so basically 4 images if you count the logo, and a nav menu. And I thought it worked. I thought it worked really, really well. Yeah. Cheers, Daniel. And I thought it was just I just think it was nice how it just came together. Hey, Jimmy. So I've just got to enable something on here. Yeah, so by the way, if I go quiet for any moment of time, it's because I'm just trying to enable something on here. Window capture, display capture, window capture, display capture. I think it's window capture. I don't know. Chat overlay. So I've just got to quickly add something to my chat thing here. This might not even work. Window. Which window is it? It's going to be the YouTube window. Where's the YouTube window? Where's the YouTube window gone? Pop out. There we go. Got it. Cool. So can you see this chat overlay that I've got here? I'm just trying to mess around with it. Okay, so I'm just trying to do something to it. So ignore it for a moment, okay? I mean, I say ignore it, but which is a little bit difficult, I know. But just ignore it. Ignore what you see on the screen, okay? Because I'm trying to do something to this. I'm trying to add like this overlay effect. So tomorrow's video, Dan, is where I then convert that one section, one column into a Flexbox container, and I show you some of the problems with it and how I got around some of the problems. So I kind of show that off tomorrow. So you should see that tomorrow. I think I have to do a color key. Is it color key? Like that. And I think if I go for custom color, select color, is it black? I think something like that. There we go, look. So I'm doing this with OBS. So if I go like this, ooh, how good is this? So now I can get the comments to appear on the video. There we go. So yeah, sorry, I was just messing around trying to get this to work. There we go. There you go. So now we have a chat thing like that appears in the bottom corner. I'm actually surprised I got it to work. So this is using a Google. Hey, Carapos. Yeah, this is OBS. So this is using a in Google. Shall I show you in Google? Shall I show you? I might do a video on it one day. In fact, there's an extension called Live Chat Overlay. Once you've installed that, you can then get it to basically kind of like show up your comments like that. So I can click. So I'm not using any third-party software other than OBS. I'm not using Restream or StreamYard or anything like that. So it's like why pay money for something when you can do all of this for free? But just back to what Dan said there about have I started using Flex containers. The video I did today, tomorrow there is another version coming out, which is just me converting it into containers. And then when you do that, things go a bit messy, and I show you how you get it to work. But it also gets you to understand Flex containers as well, and how you could do everything I did today with literally just one container. Right? One container. Let me just get rid of that. Get rid of that. Oops. Clear. There we go. Yeah. So, which I think is super, super cool. I think that's going to be a really cool way to do things. And when you do it with a container. So I didn't make sense there, did I, what I said? Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Dan. I did it just to show it, but I'm not building any websites with Flexbox Container yet, just because I'm a little bit worried that when we go from alpha to beta to the final version, is it suddenly going to go a bit funny? I am still a little bit worried about that. I'm going to zoom out a bit, like that. Let me just shut that curtain. Is that okay? There we go. That's better. So yeah, I just because you know what, when they went from 3.6.1 to 3.6.3, images went like, so if you had like 2 images, right, in separate containers, they went like this. They started overlapping, and it was like, what's going on there? And it wasn't Z indexing. It was just they kind of just started, they just went wrong. And I was like, what if you built a website? You know the one I did, the video I've done, where I've got the 3, the tablet, the laptop, and the mobile coming in. What if you build that, and then all of a sudden it goes like this? Are you getting a small black line? Let me just check. What are you seeing? Are you seeing something that I can't? Hold on. Let me just check. Are you... Let me just check.
As a web designer, losing control of a project because...
Sorry, I'm just going to just quickly get on to... What are you seeing? Oh, yeah, there is a black line, isn't there? Hold on. I wonder if it's this. Hold on, I think it's this. Right, I think I know what it is. Hold on. Let me try that. There you go. That's it. Gone. Thank you for pointing that out. Thanks for pointing that out, Carapos. Cheers. So that was the... Hold on, I've lost the live chat now. Where's the live chat gone? There it is. There's the live chat. Yep, cool. What it was is, I'll tell you what it was is, right now you're seeing my live chat and I'm able to click it and things come through. And I had cropped it, but I hadn't cropped it enough. That's basically what I did wrong there. But that should work okay now. But yeah, this is just with OBS and a free extension you get for Google Chrome. So if you want to be showing your comments on your live chat, you can do. In quite a cool way, right? Cool way. And it's free. And you're using I'm using my iPhone as my webcam to get 1080p. It's going through YouTube. If you're getting a not a really good clear resolution, change the resolution on YouTube and you should be fine. But yeah, new video coming out tomorrow where I mess around with the same section I did the video on today, but I convert it to container and all of that. And I'm going to probably do a few more videos, actually. I quite liked it. I am planning to do a few more videos which are kind of the same kind of thing. You know, one section, one column. Just so you kind of get away from the fact that you're always using inner sections or 3 columns, 4 columns for no real good reason. Yeah, so Yeah, hey Ben, good to have you here. Hey Pickstar. Hey Pickstar, good to have you, and good to have you too, Ben. Now back to what Dan has said there. Yeah, so I'm not too sure, Dan, exactly what they're doing. It sounded to me like it was going to be done more for FaceTime. I'm not sure though if it can be used like I am as a webcam. It sounded like it was more to do with FaceTime. Did anyone else get that? Or have I misinterpreted? So hopefully they will have, I don't know, a few more details. I hope it can be used as a webcam. I really do. Hey Saiji, I think. Can definitely be used as a webcam. Right. That will be really good. Cheers for that. There we go. There. Thanks again, Jimmy. So, yeah, so one of the things about what I'm doing, okay, is with the overlay is you have to adjust your screen size to get the full comment in, which is a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird in how it works. But yeah, otherwise it's all right. So I am going to probably just start collecting some assets. I call them assets because I am going to do some few more like videos and stuff on content and stuff like that. And do a few more videos with the whole one section, one column approach. I really enjoyed that. It was it's lovely when it works, right? And do you know what? Last night, this morning, I started looking up what the Airbnb prices are for hotels in Athens for WordCamp next year, which was a little bit difficult because obviously a lot of the dates aren't available yet. But I was trying to work out what the costs are. And by the way, don't forget today, in 4 hours, right? In 4 hours, there is a chat on Elementor. There's a chat on Elementor about Static, because at the moment we still don't have the full details, do we, about Static? What does that mean for the hosting side of things in terms of like Elementor Cloud and all of that? Are we now going to be evolving into something else? And what is the cost implications? Hey, Andrew. Andrew, you went to the grocery to pick up a dozen asparagus. Not sure what you're telling us there. So, Jimmy, when you say you're looking into the bookings, do you mean for Athens as well? So Saiji has said, what is the best way to add sliders in Elementor pages? You could do it as a section. So you could use a section and then you have background slides. Or you add in the slides. Or you use the testimonial carousel and you add in shortcode to have it look the way you want. But there's many ways you could do it. Most common are background slideshow, testimonial carousel, or just a traditional slides. It depends though if you're trying to do something different. Oh, hold on. Do you mean sliders? You don't mean slides, do you? You mean sliders. So you mean like sliders. I think that's what you mean. Right, yeah. I mean, any good resources for using CSS Grid in Gutenberg? I would say there's probably going to be some plugins, Andrew. I mean, I don't use Gutenberg. I use Elementor, and I'm going to leave the question there in case anyone else knows. But I'm sure there'll be some tutorials out there, and there'll probably be a plugin or just something out there that kind of makes it easier to use. I mean, what Pickstar said there just has many, many connotations, you know, and I'm not even going to guess where this conversation's going. Do something great with your energized body. Slightly dangerous, that, isn't it? Right, so Saiji and sliders. Look, here's my tip for you, right? So this is now Saiji talking about best way to add sliders in Elementor page in terms of speed and performance. Don't use them in your hero banner. Don't use them at the top of your page. It's gonna hit your page speed score, right? It could also cause some CLS and stuff like that. I would rather have it further down the page, the 40% mark, 50% mark, halfway through, near the bottom, whatever. That is what I would do. I would not have it too far down or too far up. Just like videos. Video hero banners hit your page speed score. So Ben has asked, do you use any kind of software, whether offline, to organize different clients' website work? Yeah. So the offline, I prefer it to be offline actually, rather than online. So my offline method is my magnetic board that I have over there. So I'll have like little magnets. Let me just show you. Don't go anywhere. Look at all these magnets I got. I've got loads here. I've got a whole heap of magnets here, right? So I can write on them. They're whiteboard, dry marker, whatever, and I can stick them on the board. I'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've got it split into 3 rows. So the top row is this week. Second row is next week. The week after is the week after that. I don't like to plan too far ahead because things can change. And I then just rearrange things. But then I will have and my book is over there. Let me get it. So for every client, I have my little black book, right? So, right, can't share details, but so on this page here, the right one, it's got the domain, some other details, costings, requirements, plugins, whatever. Down here, I then have a checklist of things I'm going through to make sure things are checked off. So every page in this book is going to be, so these are all the websites, done. Each, that's a website, that's a website, that's a website, yeah? So I just keep things in check. Mainly because online, sometimes you might lose a connection or you might not be able to access it or whatever. You don't want to lose key information either. Daniel, how important do we think page speed is for SEO? I think it is massively important. I think that if you don't have a good speed on your website and the way things are loading, it will hurt you. It will hurt you. And it's like what Pigstar is saying there. The content, the way to decide things like that, how it works, how it looks, the mobile experience, the flow, all of that. I just think that page speed, you can have the greatest SEO as you want. But if your page speed is really shit, it will affect your Google rankings. It will affect the bounce rate of your website, right? So if people are bouncing, Google notice that, and it's going to hurt your ranking score. Hey Dave, how are you? And how are things going in your side of the world with web design? Dan, headless is the way forward. Yeah, you see, see, Dan, this is where, with Static. Sorry, I've just realised your statement's not coming through all the way. Let me just see if I can shrink this screen a bit. There we go. That's better. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust the size of this. There we go. Yeah. So this is where I don't know enough about Static. I don't understand exactly what is it going to do. I kind of know what it's going to do, but what does it mean in terms of costings? What does it mean in terms of impact with Elementor Cloud or any other hosting you got there? The meeting in 3 hours and 45 minutes, I think, is going to hopefully tell us a lot more. Okay, so just something Dave says. So Google are now saying they don't even bother with the bounce rate. I mean, if that is a definite, and they definitely don't, that is great news, Dave. Right? That is super news. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know. Maybe one day they'll say, actually, we are now looking at it. Question from Samuel here. Any advice to improve a professional... Do you mean customization? What? Cotization? What's cotization? Am I being thick here? I don't know what cotization is. What's cotization? Oh, is that Spanish? Do you mean like in the value? Oh, do you mean in like how you cost it up? Yeah, you mean how you cost it up. Yeah, so well, you got to base it on what I call like a pricing ladder. So I'll have a basic website which starts at £920, whatever is the currency conversion it will be. That's a basic website. After that, there'll be a cost for a WooCommerce website or a booking website or a directory website. Like our directory website cost is a lot more than the 920, but that's because there's a lot more effort and work and back and forth and fixing and tweaking and coding and stuff you got to do. So I would say that you got to kind of decide on what is your price that you want to achieve for a basic website. Is it going to take you 2 days, 4 days, 1 week, 2 weeks? What do you want to be earning in that time? Don't outprice yourself. Don't say, hey, $10,000, because no one's going to pay that for a basic website. Some people would, but most don't. So think about what is your basic cost that you start from and then how you build up from there. So Pickstar, let's see what Pickstar is saying here. He's got quite a lot there to say, so let's just extend his. So we can, it's kind of not working well, is it, this? Let me just increase the size of, I think if I do something like that. So I'm just trying to get this to fit. It's a bit fiddly with the whole, it's just a hold on, bear with me. I'm just a little bit fiddly getting this to work with the way this app works. There we go. Yeah. So we got Pickstar's comment on now. Well, this is the thing. Yeah, someone said that Static costs $250 for free clients or free platform hostings, and I was like, whoa, hold on a second. $250. But then again, when you think about it, $250 is about what, $84, $83 a year per website. Now, can they give you as good as what you get with SiteGround? Security, customer service, backups, email provision. Can they give me all of that? The caching of the server, access to the file manager. Can I have access to all of that for $84, $83 a year? Now, if so, that's not a bad little offer, is it? Right? Especially if it's like super quick performance. Are we talking about a game changer here? I mean, right now, if I tell a client to use SiteGround, in year 2, it will cost them close to $200, $220 a year. But they're getting great customer service. But can you get something as close to what you get with SiteGround with something now that is pure WordPress and Elementor, right? What do you think? I think scratch that. We don't have the details, right? We need the details. Yeah, so Dan, what I say to clients, is look, you can either pay $60 a month for a maintenance package, right? Or you can pay $480 or $500 a year. So you give them like a 20% discount over what they pay monthly, right? And you do say to them, look, if you come back to me, if you don't have me on a monthly retainer or a yearly retainer, and you come back to me in 4 months' time and you want work, it might cost you X amount just for me to look into it. You can't say to me, but you built the website. No, that's not how it works, right? If you come back to me in 4 or 5 months' time, you may have to pay a bit extra. Hey, Catherine. So, Catherine, I hope you like that. So I'm using OBS, and I'm now using a free extension for OBS, which basically... It's basically a free extension, and what it does is... oh, hold on. Did that work? Yeah, that worked. There you go. It's a free extension, and it now shows the chat. Like that. Which I think is super cool, right? So, Saiji, what's the difference between adding CSS in themes and Elementor? There's no real difference. The only thing is if you have it in one place, like in your theme or code snippets or wherever, it's all in one place. When you start adding it to an individual section or whatever, that is fine as long as you remember you did that. Of course, if you add it into your CSS for your theme, you then got to make sure you got a class name, otherwise it might apply. Let's say you got one for accordion. If you put the code in, it applies to every accordion. If you put a class name in, it only applies it to a specific accordion. So there is no drawback into doing it. Just make sure you're putting it in the right place and it's either affecting all or one or some. Yeah, it's a good point there, actually, that Pickstar says as well. Theme CSS might get lost. I do use code snippets or the site origins CSS to store my CSSs because I don't know what's going to happen on the theme or anything else. I want to go back to Dan's question here. What does the fee cover? Content updates? Minor revisions. Minor revisions, and I say minor as in a bit of text, a bit of images, stuff like that. If anyone wants a new page built, or they want to change the layout, or something that's going to take me more than 5 minutes. So here's the thing, Dan, it's going to take me more than 5 minutes. I then start thinking about the time and the cost to do it. Yeah, I'm just going to jump over to what Pickstar says. Exactly that. Code snippets, site origin CSS, stuff like that. It keeps it in. Catherine, are you asking about the name? So Catherine has said, what is the name of the plugin? So it's not a plugin. It's a, you have to be using Google Chrome. So open YouTube on Google Chrome, but in Google it's called Live Chat Overlay. It's an extension in Google called Live Chat Overlay. So just put it there. It's called Live Chat Overlay, everyone. Mia, thanks for that. Hey, and I'm glad you like it with the comments bit there. It's just an OBS extension, not an OBS, a Google Chrome extension. Yeah, OBS. Hey, Mark. But yeah, I will do a video. Now that I know it works properly, I will probably do a video in the next few days going through iPhone to computer, how I set OBS up, and how I've got my circular face when I'm over here, you know, when I do all of that, and the OBS chat thing as well. Good question. Let's try it. Let me try and make that chat overlay a little bit transparent. I think I can. There we go. Made it transparent because Jimmy wanted it. Not Jimmy, Pickstar. Pickstar wanted it. Pickstar, does that work for you? Does that work for you? Is that better? Yep. It does, you're right. to be honest, the first time I've used this, in fact, it's the first time I trialed it, which was a bit dangerous on a live chat. It could have gone totally, really, really badly wrong. So I've modified the sizing, the size of the font, the size of the width, and the transparency. That's all with OBS, to be honest. But I will happily do a video. Because these are things, right? They're free. OBS is free. This live chat overlay is free. YouTube streaming 1080p is free. The only thing you can't do is, like, I can't invite another person onto the live chat. I'm not using EVMux now, by the way. I can't invite you to the live chat. However, I could set up a Google Meet and then put the Google Meet onto the screen, right? Yeah, it does, Mark. Let me get you the video for that. Mark. So Mark's asked for the video link to the studio makeover, which was this video. So this is the studio makeover video. And that does have links in there, Mark, for the, that link has got links in there for the microphone, the boards I've used, the shelves. It even has links for the lights, for the light tubes, and the holder, which is like a 5-meter cable. Those cables there, right, those holders, they go up there, along the room, and down here. And I've got the switches actually here. Watch. Boop, boop. Right, got it all there. In fact, you can just see it on the camera there. Look, they're just hanging. I need to put a hook in to hide it there. Even the shelves, all the links are in there. Yes, so Stratic, remember everyone, 3.5 hours time on the Elementor Facebook group, there is a link, okay? I think I posted it again. In case anyone forgot. Stratic. You know, because if I can provide clients with an alternative web solution, I would go for it. Here's the thing that puts me off about Elementor Cloud, and I shouldn't say this, but it's true. You don't get email provided with it. Yeah, Catherine, go for it. Do a video on your studio. People love that sort of thing. You don't get email, right? And I did say to Elementor, I said to them when they were doing the whole cloud thing, you're missing a trick here. You know, people assume with hosting they're going to get email, or they've bought a domain. SiteGround do it. If you buy a domain with SiteGround and you move it over to say you buy a domain with 123reg and you move it to SiteGround because you're going to use their hosting, you get email provided for your domain. It's hey Inderpreet, it makes things easier, right? Totally easier. But right now, I tell people who use Elementor Cloud, go get your domain and your email from Zoho, because it's the cheapest and easiest way to do it, because you can get the email for free once you get your domain. Then move that over to the Elementor Cloud and away you go. But I feel like if they could just make it all in one, it would just make it so much easier for people, right? Inderpreet, I'm glad to hear that. And by the way, those that haven't seen it, please do go and watch today's video, which is about creating a hero banner with one section and one column. Tomorrow, there is another version of that video where I convert it into a container and some of the stuff breaks, but I very quickly show you how you fix that. And that helps you with your understanding of Flexbox containers as well. But today's video, one section, one column, there's loads of stuff in there, right? And it's all one section, one column. I mean, what is there not to like about it? In fact, let me put it on the page over here. Ding, ding, ding. What was it called? It was called Think, wasn't it? The page I did. Let me just share it. So what I like about this is all one column. There's no intersection, right? There's no intersection. There's no 2 or 3 columns. It's all just one column. And you can do the same when you get to FlexBot containers. One container. And when you use the wrap effect and a bit of custom width percentage, you can get this entire effect as well. And I just think that it just works. This is the container version, by the way. So up here is one section, one column, right? Here is one container, okay? Right? It's slightly different because I didn't move these around properly, all that. But you know, it can all be done, right? And this is just like, for me, another one of these ways where, you know, you can create a hero banner with various content. You can still have an image. You still got something going on there. You got a background, so there's a bit of there's something there. It's not just a plain white page. But what you haven't got is a massive full width image. Because there's always a danger we overdo the full width image on a hero banner. We get accustomed to doing it. So you can start to do stuff just to make things, you know, kind of just work differently and better for you. Yeah, so Dave, this is what Dave is saying is the point, you know, basically, you know, he's reiterating what I'm saying. The fact that when I first started using Elementor Cloud, and then I suddenly realized no file manager, no purge the server, no email. Like, seriously? No file manager, I can't purge the server, and there's no email. They are 3 big stumbling blocks. Someone out there who is brand new to websites is going to buy Elementor Cloud. And then they're going to go, oh, hold on. I ain't got email. They'll struggle. They're building their website. They have a problem. And we're all like, yeah, purge your server, purge your server. They go to Elementor Cloud. They cannot purge the server. That's a problem, isn't it? Hey, George, how are you? I can tell you now. Oh, the mobile responsiveness. Yeah, okay. So let me show you this page as a mobile responsiveness then, okay? Sorry, hold on. Let me just put it into a... I know what I'll do. Let me just edit the page. I'll show it to you. Let me just edit the page. Let me just go over here. Let me just add in another section, okay? Boom, like that. Just so you can basically see what's going on, okay? It's always easier like that, right? Let me now show you the mobile version. So there's the mobile version. Sorry, am I in the way? I'm in the way, aren't I? Like that, right? So let me just take this off. Here's the mobile version, okay? I didn't stylize the menu, by the way. I didn't stylize the menu because this was just a quick tutorial, okay? But look, ignore this grey here. I've just put this in to separate it away from this bit here. But look, you've got your scrolling effects, right? You've got your scrolling effects. And there's your content, right? There's your content. One section, one column. One section, one column. All right? So I've just noticed the comments coming in. So I'm a bit slow reading the comments today. Hey, Matt, good afternoon to you. Now, George has said he's not feeling great, but he'll survive by pushing harder. What is it, George? Clients? Is it your health? Are you feeling good? Thanks, Matt. I'm glad you saw the video for that. George, what's up? What's up, George? Catherine. Yeah, I'm glad. And by the way, if you watch the video I released today, online business support, I go through the mobile responsiveness. I go through a few tweaks. Literally, all I did was a few tweaks on the headlines over here. All I did was tweak here. a tiny bit here, just to get it to kind of, look right. No, not use a slider widget recently. What's your problem? Tell us your problems, Matt. Tell us your problems. So Matt is saying he's getting slider widget. But Catherine, you've said Mac plugin hidden me through. What? Is that just to hide the desktop icons? Is that what you mean? It hides the desktop icons. Oh, right. Okay. Let's just see what Matt is talking about here. So, right, let's go over here. Let's just add in another section. Okay. Well, container for now. Let's go with full width. Let's just have a big height. Let's go with the slides. Right. So, let's drop in a slide like that. Let's make the height be 100. Right. 100 height. So, what was your issue, Matt? Ah, right, Matt. So here's what you need to do, okay? You need to ensure that when you create the template for the slide, you must ensure that there is like zero margin, okay? And you must also ensure that the section, wherever you've got it, okay, has basically got no gap. There must be no gap. If you do that, you should get the full width. So if your section, in fact, let me show you here. If your section has got over here columns, make sure it's on no gap, right? Make sure it's on no gap. Make sure it's full width. Make sure your VH is, so if your sliders are 100 VH, make sure your height for your template is also VH 100. Okay? That's a bit weird. I mean, you shouldn't have... I can only assume it's an issue then with one of their recent updates, because normally you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to stretch. So it could well be an update. So let's just give George a bit of love here, all right? Well, I hope that, I don't know, find something that's just going to give you a bit of a pickup, a boost, George. Might be music. Music's always a good one. Put on some songs or music in the background that are really going to just help you, feel good. Yeah, so Matt, when you add in a template shortcode, it doesn't always show it. So sometimes what you got to do is update and then go to preview. Update, preview. That's what I always find. Yeah, email me. I wouldn't mind seeing that, Matt. Email me. I'd love to see that. Can I just say, though, there have been times where I've seen issues where the developers are looking into it and I'm literally like, just do that. And it works. And then the developers come back and go, oh, that's great to know. So I do think that sometimes it can literally just be maybe they haven't experienced that specific problem before. Well, George, you've just said you've not listening. Have it on. Just have it on in the background. I haven't got no music on, so just have it on in the background. Yeah, have it on in the background. Exactly what Jimmy says there. We don't want you burning out. Because we want you to be at WordCamp next year, Athens. By the way, I won't be looking at the email right now, okay, Matt? I'll look at it later. And if I see anything, I'll get back to you, all right? Don't you hate it when you keep getting emails from companies that are continuously like wanting to sell you their services. Hey, do you want this? Hey, do you want that? And I'm like, no. So Matt says, does WordCamp move every year? I think for 2 years in a row it was at Porto. I think some of that was due to COVID and all of that. So they didn't want to spend time moving to another zone. Next year is Athens, but I believe they do move around. However, I'm not sure about the history of the venues. Like, I would love it if they one year did it in the UK. I would love that. Yeah, Dave, sorry to hear about that. You lost the page, but hopefully recreating the contact page wasn't too much. Dan, you can't post URLs in here, by the way. YouTube doesn't allow it, but if you want to email me the link, I can add it. All right. So if you wanna if you wanna email me info@websquadron.co.uk, Dan, I can then share it. Google, YouTube's funny like that. I suppose it's to protect users from inappropriate URLs. Hey Shamima, thanks for that. I'm glad you're here. Whereabouts are you based, and what are you working on? You don't have to tell us everything, but what are you working on? Websites, or do you run an agency, freelancing? Do you have a niche area? Do you work with certain types of websites? Yeah, I would love it if it was in the UK. There's not often much good ones in the UK. Yeah, I mean, the US have got one. Netherlands, did you know that Netherlands have got their own WordCamp? Did you know that? And then we have Europe. Do you know what? I wonder if there is a UK one. I did a search and I found something, but it didn't look like it was a proper, well set up one. South Africa websites. That's cool to know, Shamima. And do you have a niche area, or is it like you like to work on all types of websites? This is funny. This is funny what George is saying, right? I get this so much, and they kind of go, do you need to outsource? We've got a talented team of people, and we'll give you a great price. And I'm like, no. F off is basically what I put. Hey, Gordon. Ooh, okay, now, Gordon, you touched a touchy subject here because you mentioned GoDaddy. But let's just look into this. You're syncing your GoDaddy website to production site. Updates I've made aren't showing. Okay, so here's my tip for you. All-in-one migration. The plugin is called All-in-one Migration. Put that on your staging site and your production site. Go to your staging site, okay, and export the entire website. Kaboom, like that, right? Then on your production site, import the new website. Or reset your production website. It will take literally seconds, and then import. The import should take it might take 5 minutes, 4 minutes. But then it will completely take whatever is on your staging site, logins, plugins, settings, images, everything, and it will add it to your production site. But I will say to you now, GoDaddy, because I had a client who switched to GoDaddy and they had problems galore when you went from a staging site to a production site. So I would use the all-in-one migration tool, right? I would use the all-in-one migration tool. So Matt has asked a question over here. How many versions of an image do I make? Desktop, tablet, mobile. I only make it for the desktop and the mobile where I need it. So if I need it, I make a mobile version. I don't bother with the tablet. I'll be honest, I don't. I just let the desktop work on it. Okay? I worry more about the page speed scores on the desktop and the mobile. The tablet for me is like, you know, it's a bit artificial. But I make it when I need to make it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot to mention. Yeah, Shamima. So, George is from South Africa as well. Right, I want to very quickly go here. Okay, Gordon, I would say, yeah, as long as you know you've exported that staging site, okay? So here's my tip. Right? Number one, you make a copy of the staging site using the all-in-one migration tool. Number two, you make a backup of your production site on Godaddy. You make a backup. Number three, you reset it. WP Reset, there's a plugin. It's free. Reset it. Number four, you then import what you got from the staging site. And if it goes completely wrong, you got the backup. Remember the backup? You restore back from the backup. Or please, 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 everyone, if you ever do imports and exports, always take a backup at a point in time. So you've got that fail-safe rollback if you need to enable it. Ben, couple of domains through GoDaddy. By the way, Gordon and everyone else, you're lucky I haven't added GoDaddy to my spam list, so it automatically blocks and removes you from the channel. I'm not that bad, but yeah. And Matt, I mean, what I say, yeah, is I don't overly fuss about the way tablets look or image sizes massively. It's got to look good, but as long as I just go, yeah, it's fine. Because tablets, right, are so, different orientations and sizes. Don't worry about it. So yeah, Gordon, do let us know. Do come back today, tomorrow, whenever. Let us know how that went, okay? Export staging site, all in one. Make a backup of the production. Reset the production with WP Reset. Then add all-in-one migration tool again to the production. Import it. And you got your backup as a failsafe. Oh, look, this here just says it all. George can tell you about their hosting support. I can tell you about their hosting support. I've got clients galore that could tell you about them. So Matt, this I'm using an extension for Google Chrome called Live Chat Overlay. And it means that I can literally, whenever anyone says anything on YouTube, I can just click it and then via OBS add it to the screen. Yeah, I would say, Matt, okay, and I know lots of people who just build on their laptop. I would strongly recommend that you also get a monitor, because what looks good on a 14-inch laptop screen or whatever, right, okay, or even an iPad, right, or a laptop, the minute you move to a monitor that's 21, 22 inches, you notice things more. Always make sure you use a monitor as well. Yeah, so online business support. So what you got to remember though, okay, is that technically, right, that staging website is a copy of the production website. And unless there's been massive changes in the SEO keywords, the staging site will still have rank math and maybe whatever keywords, whatever you've done, right? Posts. Most likely, they're all going to be up to date in there anyway. So when you move over, it takes everything with it. I've done it before. it takes everything with it. And if you're using rank math, you're totally good. You'd be totally okay. But you see, Matt, right, here's my tip for you, Matt, okay? Okay, so here's my tip, okay? I had my laptop and I had 2 monitors, right? And they were relatively big size, but I always hated the way you had the splits in the monitor. I've now got an ultra wide screen. It's 49 inches, right? It's like if I put my arms out here, look, this is how wide it is. So let me get this right. This is how wide it is. So I've just moved in a bit. There, it's that big, right? That's how wide it is. And that is powered by one HDMI. So, into my MacBook Air, adapter to feed that through, ultra wide screen. It's like having 3 big screens in front of you. It's super cool for productivity. You know, I can have multiple windows open. I'm not saying all of you do that, but try and get the biggest monitor you can get for the budget you're happy with to make your life. Ben, the size matters, Ben. The size matters. No, but, you know, if you can get like a 24 or, you know, or a 32-inch wide screen or whatever, get it. Because productivity goes through the roof. You know when you like, let me tell you what I mean. Now I'll tell you what I mean. I can have, over here on my MacBook, I'll have my emails and other stuff open maybe. Over here on my screen, I've got my edit with Elementor. Over here, I've got the preview. I've opened preview and shoved it there. So that means every time I make a change, the preview changes. And then next door to it, I've got Responsiveness.com. Have you seen this website? Let me show you. I can't even spell it. I can't spell. What's going on with me? Responsiveness.com, right? Let me show you, right? So I have got this open as well. So let's put in think, right? So I've got my edit with Elementor, my preview over here, and I've got another window here. Look at this. And I can then see how does my website look on a mobile. And look, it's not just, look at that. Look at this, look, ooh, mobile. And look, you can see the tablet. I've not set the padding there, but this is just a test page, test website, right? I've now got all of that there. And I might have another window here, which has got like a WhatsApp window as well. So when I'm doing a live chat via my phone, any WhatsApp messages that come through, I can see them coming through here and I can respond to them, right? And so in terms of productivity, you can really help yourself out. Sorry, let me just check the comments here because I've not been looking at them. The resolution of my screen is 4K. It's a 4K screen. Hey, take care, Jimmy. Sorry, I've just seen that. Yeah, take care, Jimmy. Sorry if you've already gone. Take it easy. Yeah, well, I am going to do a video, Matt, okay, on the whole OBS and extensions and like that. I do find, though, that sometimes some of the stuff I like to use, like some of the extensions I use won't be what other people want to use. So I don't like to, God, my hair's a bit of a mess today. I haven't straightened it. This is my hair when I've not straightened it, by the way. So this is what I look like when I haven't straightened my hair. It's quite wavy, right? All over the place when I haven't straightened. But yeah, I might have a think about that. Extensions. I mean, one of my main go-to extensions is Go Full Page. Go Full Page is a wicked one. So you put in your URL and basically it gives you a screenshot of the entire page. So if your page is 20 sections long, right, it gives you full-on screenshot. Well, basically one entire page. So if you want to shove it on your portfolio or have a scrolling effect or whatever, it's really, really good for that. But if you haven't used it already, Responsinator.com. Right, let me just put the address down here. It's Responsinator.com. You put your URL in, and I mean, look, this is what is good about this. Yeah, is I mean, look, this is a fake website, by the way. All right, so you can click a link. You're literally interacting with the entire website. So let's go to this tablet page over here. So you can start to like interact with the entire page, whatever you want. Right, this is all a fake website, by the way. So don't sit there going, "Oh, that's ugly." It's a fake website, right? But it's super good. It's just super versatile. I think when you want to check how do things look on the mobile. But yeah, Go Full Page is a really, really good. I mean, look, I'll show you something. Let me show you if I've got it on here. I don't know if I've still got it on here. Was it that one? No, it weren't that one. I think it was... Do you know what? I think I've lost it. In fact, yeah, here it is. So this was, okay, a client who... They sent me a link to a website they liked, okay? So I literally just go full page. It gives me a full screenshot. So I can just, you know... when I was looking at it, I can go in now and just go, oh, okay, what does this website look like? And I can just, you know, whenever I got a chance on my phone or wherever I am, I've got a screenshot there of the entire website as a PNG. And I think it's just it's great when you want to add it to your portfolio. It's really good for that. So, convenience, WP Ultimate CSV Importer. Oh, yeah, okay. I have never used that plugin. I've never used it. So when you say struggling with mapping, normally you should have your headers on your CSV. So Gordon, you know there's a CrocoBlock Facebook group. On Facebook, there is a CrocoBlock group which focuses just on CrocoBlock and Jet and all of that. Have you joined that group and asked your question there? Because I bet you're going to get quicker support than just using, you know, the help desk and all of that. Have you tried adding it there? My answer is a rubbish one, right? Because I'm not really giving you anything more than like, have you gone here and done that? But have you tried? Yeah, go there. So go to Facebook, and in fact, I'll tell you where it is. I think it's called. Is it called CrocoBlock? Is it called CrocoBlock? There you go, CrocoBlock Community. So CrocoBlock Community, right? It's got nearly 19 and a half. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing it you, am I? Hold on. Boop. So go to Google, search for CrocoBlock Community, right? There you go. CrocoBlock Community. It's 19,000 members, right? And join the group and ask your question there. You know, and look, there are people asking questions and they're getting answers. So pop in over there and hopefully someone can help you out. That's a good starting point, I think. For sure. Just got to get you guys all a link for a moment. Okay, if I can find the link. I just need to get you guys all a link. Just hold on. Where's the link? Where's the link gone? I need to get you guys all a link. So over here, right? Static at let me get you the link for it. Okay. In 3 hours' time, there is a chat, I think, with Elementor and Static, and I hope we're going to get a few more details. So let me just put down here. It's going to be 4 p.m. BST, which means it would be, hold on, let me get this right, which means it's going to be 3 p.m. GMT. There we go. So I think you might want to jump in on that link, okay, in about 3 hours' time. Okay, well, I've just noticed George has given a better reply, actually. All import WP. Have a go with that. Ask the Crock-a-Block community. If you're still struggling, just come back. Just come back on a live. We tend to do the live chats every day. And what I will say, though, is that if you do get any issues, just join us back again here. Saturday and Sunday is a little bit unpredictable, whether I do a live or not. Depends on what else I've got on. But usually, Monday to Friday, we're live chatting here with the Kick-Ass group. So you're still struggling, just come back and ask, okay? The worst thing we can do is block you. But I won't block you. That's the worst thing we could do, but I won't do that. So I was meant to actually get some assets together, because what I'm trying to think of is, so obviously we did this page yesterday as a tutorial, and I want to do something similar, but I want to be a little bit different, and I'm just trying to think of some possible designs, because I love to do stuff which just makes you sit up and think a bit. Blocko Croc, that's a good one, Pixar. I like to do things that are a little bit different, mainly to get you to break out of the convention, because there's always a possibility. Hey Bomana, how are you? There is always a strong possibility that we get tunnel visioned into how we do hero banners. You know, full width image, headline, subheadline, call to action. Right? You'll notice on this website, okay, that if I show it to you again, right? When I show you this, okay, there is no call to action. Can you see that? There's no call to action. Right, there's no call to action. Because I'm going to say you could leave the call to action for the next section below. Sometimes you can break away with custom. So I'm giving the reader info and then giving them like a scrolling effect image. The call to action could be the next section below, where you go a bit deeper, a bit more expansive over what you do or whatever, and then you got the call to action button. Sometimes I feel like you have a strong headline and a subheader, and then you're straight away going, click me. It works, but it doesn't always work either. And, you know, it's like, you know, when you walk into a shop and you're looking at furniture and someone is like that, boom, ooh, can I help you? And you're like, whoa, hold on, I'm just browsing. Oh, yeah, I'm right here. Come to me if you need any help. I'm right here. And you can see them as you're walking around. They're like this. They're watching you. They're following you. And all you're thinking of is, get lost. I'll tell you when I need you. And if you turn around and you're planning to walk out the shop, they kind of go, oh, yeah, hey, was there anything, anything else? Like, get lost. So sometimes I feel like, yeah, raptors. Sometimes, yeah, that's a great one. Whoop, Raptors. So I think sometimes it's okay, and sometimes I would say don't give them that call to action. Buy now, get this, whatever. Maybe until section 2. But a lot of it depends on the content as well, the urgency, the conversion, and whatever like that. But the website Hero banner I did yesterday was, you can get away with it. You can get away with it until the second section. So don't always get caught in that trap where you feel like you've got to you got to have a full width image, you got to have a call to action in your hero banner. You don't have to. You don't have to. You go with what you know is going to work and feels better. Yeah, and Pixar kind of sums it up very nicely. You know, like there might be a picture of a wonderful trainer, you know, Nike Air, whatever. There's some lovely sneakers, trainer. And it says buy now, but all it is an image and says the latest Nike Air trainer. So what? It's not until I get to the next section it now says this is going to make you run 20 miles per hour. This actually has built-in like blades so that when you lift your heels, you start to fly in the air like a helicopter. Just make sure you don't move your legs too far out. Otherwise, you'll be like stretching your groin, right? So sometimes, and also some websites, what happens is they have like section 1, they've got a call to action. Section 2, they've got another call to action, which is the same call to action as section 1. And then it starts to feel forceful. Click here, read me, do this, do that. You know, so sometimes it's good to just mix it up a little bit. Yes, you want to lure them in. Yes, you want to tantalize them. But don't kind of go, buy me now, buy me now. It's like someone saying to you, hey, no, someone stops you and goes, there's a new movie out. Should we go get tickets? And you're like, what? What is the movie? And they go, oh, it's a romantic movie, Pride and Prejudice. I'd be like, forget that, right? You know, what made him think I was going to go, yeah, let's go get a ticket? Ah, yes. Yes, that is very true, isn't it? If the internet was a real place, that's basically it, isn't it? Hey, buy now, do this. Pop-ups. Do you know what? Pop-ups, in the real world, do you know what a pop-up is? A flasher. You're walking down the street and someone flashes you. That's your pop-up, right? That's your pop-up. We don't want it. Get out of the way. You know what? Do you know why I don't like cookie consents? If you walk into a shop, right? You know if you're going to buy a car and you walk into the sales office and there's loads of cars and the salesperson comes up to you, they don't say to you, based on the car you look at or the car you touch, I will then decide on that information and how I talk to you and what I show. I'd be like, what? Get lost, right? Or I'd be like, well, yeah, if I'm looking at that type of car, of course I want to know about that car. That, for me, is what cookie consents are. And before any of you explode and give me the legal talk about it, I get it, right? But cookie consents, for me, I think are the biggest pile of plop ever. I get why, though. I get it. I get the law. I get the thing about data sharing. I get it. But cookie consent buttons are the biggest waste of time. They're the first worst thing are cookies. The second worst thing are instant pop-ups. Boom. In your face. You know? The only place that I feel would benefit from pop-ups would be McDonald's. So you don't have to walk in and go and order or queue. As soon as you walk in, they're like, do you want a cheeseburger? It's coming. Do you want a quarter pounder? It's coming. Flies through the air, hits you in the face like that. Really hard. they're the only times when I would actually say a pop-up, if it was real life with McDonald's, would be amazing, right? So I'm just having a think here at the moment. I'm just scribbling down another hero banner idea because I enjoyed doing that one. Yeah, I mean, it's a must for us as well, Pickstart. It's a must, and it is a it's a pain, right? I just think there are... When it first happened, it felt like you were going backwards. It really felt like you were going backwards. It's a bit like in the UK when in 2014, so 8 years ago, they changed the way you do NHS analytics, the healthcare analytics, and the way how that even doctors, when they were logging onto a system, had to go through like a 2-token verification. So a doctor that has a login now has to then go through another verification, phone verification, before they can access their own data. And it felt like you are overkilling the buy-in. You're making it now more of a hurdle. But hey... So Gordon, can you elaborate a bit on that? So when you say cookie accepting pop-ups, like the new trend. Oh, right, you mean the cookie consent. Yeah, it's basically to do with like, so when you visit a website, someone on that website is probably going to now know that you looked at X, Y, Z or whatever. And they may then use that information to then start targeting you. For instance, have you ever done a search on Google for, say, furniture? And then all of a sudden, over the next 2 or 3 days, you start to notice that when you're on certain websites, all of a sudden, furniture is popping up as an advert. In fact, it may even be the same type of furniture that you had clicked on in the shop. You know, the price and everything. You're going, how did it know? How did it know? A lot of that is now like the cookies, not the cookies. Yeah, the cookies. And then it's kind of being shared out and it's being distributed, you know, and it's being used to target. But the thing with me, yeah, is that we're always told that one day in the future, right? Let's say you're walking through an airport. You know Total Recall? Do you remember the film Total Recall? And you got the screen, right? It recognizes me and it shows me an advert relevant to me. Bob can't see the same advert. He sees what's relevant to him. Jane sees what's relevant to her. So in a way, if I'm walking down and it shows me something to do with Star Wars, Stranger Things, Lord of the Rings, Elementor, WordPress, Apple, stuff I like or whatever, is that such a bad thing? Isn't that like a bad... That's not... For me, it's not a bad thing. I'd rather see an advert about Star Wars than about Pride and Prejudice. I don't know, I'm just saying. Or Bridget Jones's Diary. Right? If it knows I like certain types of food, I'd rather see an advert for that. Triple cheeseburger from McDonald's. 10 cents. What? I'd rather know that. Instead of buy this whatever meal. And I'm like, ugh, don't like that. So, sometimes, you know, I get it. But there's also this thing about, like, you know, of all the things they could do to make the internet more secure and safe, it's the one I hate. But that's just me, by the way. I know everyone will have a different view on it. It's just my, it will just be my, just my view on it. And as long as they don't start emailing me and texting me, that's where I draw the line. If just because I went onto a website, I suddenly get an email and I go, where did this come from? Or a text message, that I don't like. And what Mark said is true there. I mean, this is the truth of it, isn't it? You know, no matter where you go, you're going to see adverts and whatever and all of this stuff. But if it shows you stuff you have an interest in, you're more likely to click, you're more likely to convert. So I just think sometimes I feel like the internet's gone a little bit too, I don't know, sometimes I just feel like some stuff we have to follow and do. I just think it's just like, often they are introduced by people who don't even understand the internet. Exactly, Pixar. Let us do the thinking. You know, if I was looking at sofas and then I'm like going onto a website and the same sofa pops up, I will decide if I'm going to click it or not, right? Personalized adverts are more effective. Exactly. Dave, what's your name? Oh, Dave, you know what I mean? There's some stuff where you just think like, what ethnicity are you? You should have purposely picked the complete opposite of what you are and just watched their reaction. They would have been like, are you an albino, Dave? Yeah, I mean, cookie consent banners basically I find they hit your page speed score by sometimes 20 to 25%. So when you will get your website and it's wicked and you're hitting like 90, 95% on the mobile, the minute you add a cookie consent in, your website's going to drop to 70, 65%, all because of the cookie consent. It can cause CLS. It can cause the time to the first byte to delay. And you kind of go, what gets on my nerves is how page speed insights and loads of stuff don't somehow have a facility to ignore that. Facebook Pixel will hit your page speed score. Cookie consent will hit your page speed score. Google Tag Manager will hit your page speed score. If you've got all three of them, you can kiss 30% of your page speed score goodbye. 30 to 35% gone. So I always say to people, when you're building a website, build it without them. Don't add them in yet. Get your score as high as you can. Then when you add them in, your page speed score drops, but you know why. So if anyone says to you, oh, your website's only 65%, you can go, yeah, because of ... Right? And I'm still waiting for an amazing cookie consent plugin that does not hit your score. I've seen some, they claim it, you test them out and it hits it. They're all the same. I'm just double checking the time. We have been live for a while. Just checking the time. Yeah, we've been live for 1 hour 23 at the moment. By the way, if you are watching this, please don't forget to click like. All right? Please do click like. All right? It's nice. It helps YouTube quite a lot because they see people are interested in the live chats, and what that means is the more people that like these kind of chats, the more chances there are they kind of when you open YouTube and it sometimes says like what's happening, and you might not even be subscribed to our channel. So you're not subscribed, you've never watched us, but if you've ever taken an interest in like WordPressy stuff, there's a higher chance that we're gonna, hey, take care, Mark. There's a higher chance we'll crop up on the page because of the likes. So please do click the likes, okay? I am going to log off now. We've been live for about 1 hour 25. I am going to log off now, mainly because I just want to jump on my bike, do some other stuff, just some research and get some assets together for another website, and just have a bit of a break before, hopefully I'll see some of you on the static call on Elementor in about 2.5 hours time. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. Take care, everyone. It's been good fun again. I'll see you all soon. And Gordon, hope to hear from you. Hey, Andrew, I'm just logging off. Andrew, right now. You've come, but we're just about to just log off. But make sure you like, okay? Andrew, even though you've just come on, hit the like right now, okay? And Gordon, I hope we'll hear from you tomorrow or another day. Fingers crossed with your staging, your production site, all-in-one, migration, all of that. Make sure you take a backup of your production site before you do anything, all right? And I'll see you all soon. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. That's for sure. Okay, cool. Take care. Bye.